What's up? My name's Emma. I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach, and I'm starting a podcast. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, and today I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So here we are. This is the first podcast episode I will make. And so I figured I'd kind of touch on why I'm making this, who I even am. If you just run across this on YouTube or whatever, who is this chick? I'm going to touch on that. I'll address what you can expect. I'll touch on my overall coaching philosophy and hopefully provide you with something valuable, given this is the first podcast. So I'm a coach now. I'm a former D1 athlete. So in college, I played water polo at a Division I school. And I'm a software engineer. Some of you might be thinking that's a weird, crossover, fitness, nutrition, and software. And it is. It is very weird. But I've always been interested in it, especially, so I was an athlete, so I've always done some form of physical activity. And my athletic career is what really got me into nutrition, as well as body image issues and a whole slew of other things. So and personally, from being a software engineer and working with people who are, let's say, less optimally health-wise, I notice how much of an impact it has on my overall performance at work, at home, just my overall mood and everything. So that was one of the reasons I became a coach. I noticed a lot of people don't have as much energy as I do, or have less productivity, have a bunch of autoimmune conditions. And so I just wanted to help, because there's a lot of simple lifestyle things you can do to help fix those problems and help provide you with more energy and more productivity, better mood overall. So that's why I started coaching. But further background on me is I was addicted to exercise for a while. And listening to a podcast called Mind Pump. If you haven't listened to it, you really should. It's probably the best podcast out there, just audio-wise and content. They're dropping episodes almost every day. But anyway, so listening to them helped me help myself. And so they were my coaches, per se. And I just wanted to provide people with that same information and same accountability that podcast provided me. So maybe for you, my podcast will be the catalyst to help you take care of yourself and love your body the right way. So anyway, struggle with over-exercise addiction, which in turn caused me to lose my menstrual cycle. So that's why I take a more holistic approach to things. Is I've had to really dig into hormones, gut health as well. And I realized there's a lot of those problems, which mine in particular is due to stress. And I still sometimes struggle, I'll miss a period here and there due to too much stress. So that's why I take a more holistic approach to things, because yeah, sure, you can, cut calories, move more and eat less to lose weight and stuff, but that might not be sustainable, and that might not be addressing the root cause of the problem. I know when I'm done with a client, they will have the skills they need to manipulate their body composition, to stay healthy, to help themselves heal, and actually have sustainable results. So that's why I take a more holistic approach, because that's what I needed. For me, it wasn't, I knew if I went on hormones that wouldn't address the root cause of the problem. I'd like to have kids someday, so that would be totally out of the question. And really what caused my hormone imbalances and my gut health issues were my habits, my over-exercise addiction, that amount of stress. Like, exercise is a stress on the body. And I was putting so much stress on my body that my body didn't think it was safe to have children. I was moving so much and doing so much that my body's like, hey, there's no way we're going to have kids. This environment isn't safe. I was able to get my menstrual cycle back and resolve my gut health issues. I could not touch dairy. I couldn't have any type of dairy, or my stomach would just get destroyed. But I have cheese, multiple cups of milk every day, and my gut is fine. And doing that, fixing my gut health, fixing my hormones, actually helped me overall just feel better and perform better at work, at school, at home, in the gym. So my coaching process, the foundation is sustainable, healthy habits. Once you have that foundation, so you're sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night, you're drinking enough water throughout the day, you have a regular resistance training routine, so that means you're going to be in the gym 2 to 4 times a week, doing strength training, you're walking at least, 8,000 steps a day. It's a healthy amount of movement. You're eating primarily whole foods. There is room in the diet for fun foods. No foods are off limits is my personal mantra, because when you restrict foods, then you go overboard. But anyway, besides the occasional, beer or cookie or whatnot, you're primarily eating and cooking foods at home. You're primarily eating whole foods, and you're eating a higher protein, higher fiber diet, which comes with the whole foods anyway. So that's kind of the foundation, those healthy habits that you have. And then once you have that baseline, then in my coaching program, we'll dig in if you're still having gut and hormone issues. There's a couple things we can do. We can do an elimination diet to pinpoint what is causing your gut problems. But doing an elimination diet can also help your gut heal from those foods. And then for hormones in particular, there's supplementation, and just there might be some nutrients that your body's lacking. So I partner with nurse practitioners where you can get blood work, and we can kind of figure out what is causing that, if there's other stressors in your life. And then the last phase is helping you lose that stubborn fat, if whether that be through just building your plate in a way that reduces caloric intake. To lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. But there's a couple different ways to do that, and so that's kind of the last phase. Most people want to lose body fat, but you don't need to, and so it really is dependent. My coaching program is one-on-one, so it's completely individualized, but anyway, that's kind of my approach to things. Holistic, small incremental changes over time, and meeting you where you're at. So each of my clients can do things at a different speed, or is more comfortable making more changes. Some prefer smaller changes over time. And so it really depends on the client. But anyway, that's kind of a general overview of my coaching overview, and I want to teach you throughout the process how to do these things yourself, so you don't have to work with me forever. And so this podcast hopefully will supplement my coaching, so it'll help me provide more valuable information for my clients. Because I meet with my clients weekly, but we only have about 15 to 30 minutes together every week. So that's not a lot of time. So I'm hoping this podcast will help them learn more things, provide them with more actionable advice they can do, debunk health and fitness myths, because social media is a wild place, y'all. Like, the stuff that people put out there is crazy. So I want this place to be a place where everything is viable, it's true. You don't need to, look through a bunch of other crap to figure out if it's true. I will not talk about anything I'm not 100% certain on. Yeah, just really hoping to help others avoid the same mistakes I've made. This podcast, I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but I'm hoping that I'll have hopefully guests on the podcast, like interviews, like people who are experts in their fields, and also just people with cool stories to share and learn from. Because like health is multifaceted. It's not just working out and eating right. There's a whole like array of things. So like fitness in general, there's spiritual health, there's emotional health, there's financial health, there's relational health, like relationships, relationship building, making sure you're part of a community. There's a whole bunch of things. Health is multifaceted. So those are not particular fields that I'm an expert in, but I know a lot of people who are experts in those fields. So hoping to have some of those people on. And then just probably a bunch of, topic episodes. Like I'm already planning to do one on Ozempic, talk about my perspective as a coach, and, debunking myths episodes, probably nutrition and fitness tip episodes, like 5 steps to boost your metabolism, that sort of thing. Just hoping to provide value to people. So anyway, thank you for listening to my rant. Hopefully you got something out of this, whether it be my anecdotal story, or what my coaching process looks like. So if you are interested in working with me or learning a bit more about my coaching program, there will be a link. You can book a one-on-one meeting with me, and I'd be happy to dig into it a little bit more, or even to just help you on your fitness journey. So whether that be you're trying to lose some body fat or just get healthier and you need a little bit of help and you want some tips and tricks, you can just book a consultation call with me, and I'd love to just help you out. So click that link if you're interested. Otherwise, please subscribe, share, like this video, and let me know if there's any other topics you'd like me to touch on or talk about. And yeah, thank you for listening, and hope you have a great one.